And we are live.
Oh, you get to go to the airport tomorrow.
Airport? I'm not going to the airport.
Yeah, you are.
Wow!
What content do you make?
Yeah, Spira Snow. You can call me Spira. Sorry. I had the live open. It was loud. Mainly make a lot of skit content on TikTok, but I branch over into little side projects whenever I'm feeling. Might be getting into lore stuff. I do dance video type stuff every once in a while. Pretty much whatever makes me happy and I think might make other people happy, I post. So.
Aw. Cute.
Yeah.
We also have Rinaru. Do you want to introduce yourself?
So it's not Marine. It's another e-girl.
So is it Rin like Rin Kagamine?
Yeah, technically. Like, basically. Japanese girl. Check. Easiest way to say it, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
We got honey.
Honey Fox.
Oh, yes. Hello, I'm Honey Fox, or some people might know me from Twitter as Pom, and I tend to make content around memes. I guess that's actually probably my main thing. Posing in memes. I would love to do more lore stuff, though. I think that would be really fun, and I'd love to get into like the Magi War. One of the calamities.
Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah. I think where I want to start off today, which is my personal favorite question, which is how did you all get into this game full of cat girls? Yeah. How? Like, we'll go around. Anybody want to start?
No.
Go for it, Spira. How did you get into this game?
You out.
Yeah. Raising my hand. So I have been a big MMO person since like my preteens. I think the first one I started off with was one of the OG ones, Maple Story.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love Maple Story.
Yeah.
I still play that.
I did up until a couple of years ago, off and on. But that was the big one that got me started, and then I did a lot of hopping. Tried a lot of the big ones. Back in the day, it was like Flip, Aeon. I did try WoW for a while. A lot of area games ones. That's a bit of a throwback. And then the last MMO that I was really sucked into before I came to this one was Blade and Soul. And I did beta testing for that.
Boobs and Soul.
Yeah, boobs and swipe. But as fun of a game as that was, the combat was great, but NCSoft really, they're a company. That's all I'm gonna say.
That always seems to be the thing. The game might be great, and the company is just trash tier.
Yeah. That's exactly how it was. And so I had quit that game after a long time, years of playing it. And I was like, I tried Final Fantasy way back in the day, and this was around the time Heavensward came out, because I remember like All Raw being new and super exciting. I didn't get super far, maybe like level 30.
Yeah.
And so I came back, made a new character, and just got super sucked into it. And this was around, it was maybe like half a year before Shadowbringers, maybe a year before Shadowbringers. And so that was when I really got into it, and from then on, after experiencing Shadowbringers and its release, got super into raiding, and really just fell in love with the game, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah, that it's actually pretty interesting. Well, maybe it's not that interesting, but it's always interesting to me to hear that 14 isn't like a lot of people who play 14 have played other MMOs before this, and I don't know why, I just find that so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of MMO people, from what I've heard, at least with 14, it's either this is the first one they've played, or they've played a bunch of other ones and just kind of decided that this is one of the better ones to end up on.
Usually you like Final Fantasy, that's why you play, or you like MMOs. So
that was the other thing, is I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I mean, Spiro, in and of itself, the name comes from 10, which is my favorite game. So.
Okay, I was just about to ask that. Which one's your favorite? Which was your second favorite then?
7. Oh.
You said 13?
I love 13.
Another 13 grand. Yeah. Soundtrack is immaculate. Like,
100%.
Wow. Well, how about you, Rin? How did you get started?
My friend threw me into this game because he paid for way too many subs. And I didn't have a computer at the time that could run the game, so I was using his laptop. So I played since about halfway through Heavensward. That's when I had started.
Oh.
So I've been playing ever since. I don't think there's a day that I haven't subbed. But I mean, obviously, I took over my own sub after a while. But like, I don't know. That's how I started. But I've also like Spiro was saying, I played like Gaia Online. I played Maple Story.
Gaia Online. Yo, you keep brought me back.
I'm old. But
that theme song that plays when you go inside the towns
screams. But like a lot of the games that I like to play are like very social. Like people are like, you're just sitting there in game and talking, and it's like, that's what I want to do. I'm an extrovert,
That's life.
you know?
Yeah.
Like I just want to go talk to people. But yeah. And then my friend was like, look, shiny cat girls, and I was like, shiny cat girls. So
Yeah, that's a motivator.
Very
Motivator.
it's like that rock
For real.
would go like with the boom.
Yeah, that's how I started.
Made you sound like that guy took you hostage at first. I'm like, what?
It kind of was. I really didn't want to play. I think at the time I was playing something else. I was really into Splatoon, like on the Switch, or I'm sorry, the Wii U, and that was like my shit because I had like a group of friends and we were playing that. And the moment I started playing Final Fantasy, I stopped playing Splatoon. I was like, shit. How will I get my sea snails now? But that's what I jump. Yeah.
Hey,
I don't like fishing though.
Is fishing?
That's how I did it.
Is fishing not fun in FF? I feel like a lot of people talk about fishing in 14.
I don't like gathering or crafting. It's too boring. There's no socializing. There's no fun, flashy lights. I don't like it.
See, I like fishing. The problem is it's useless.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't need any fish for anything.
That was my last gatherer to get up. I know a lot of people were giving me shit because it was like the one class I didn't have level. But recently got it to 90 and I had a lot of fun with it. Ocean fishing is a blast.
Yeah.
I still haven't tried that.
It like fishing is like the blue mage of like gathering. Like you either do because it's just something to do.
I just hate when I'm crafting or gathering and my entire inventory is just filled with materials.
That sounds like you problem.
Yeah. I just why can't, like, why does it have to be part of your inventory? Why can't we have like our own bag for crafting materials? Like, you know, like an unlimited bag.
Or not. I actually thought about that before. Like on examples like Maple Story, you can get these little like sacks and stuff that you can put like the materials that you need to craft like the neat shit that you need. Like whether it be from gathering or from fucking doing whatever you need to do. You can just put it in the bag and then you can just pull it all out when you need it, and you can still have its own little pocket dimension, and it makes it so much easier. It's like Final Fantasy should do something like that.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but you know, they made this foundation of game with like paper clips and bubble gum, so nightmare.
No spaghetti code.
Right.
Yo. Now, honey, how did you get in the game?
I think I got into it, I think when Heavensward was released, because I have a Heavensward copy and then a Stormblood copy, so I think I got into 2 different points, but it was when I was like 14, couldn't pay for it, so I played for like 1 month with my parents' like birthday gift, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't pay for it anymore, so I like stopped. And I think I lost like a full week because there was a problem with my account, and then I had to go back and forth to customer service. And this not very like the time zones weren't great, so I lost like a full week of that, which sucked. And then I think I came back in Stormblood, did the same thing, played it for a month for my birthday, went off, and then in university I managed to get all my friends into it. I just got back into it, and I got like a whole group of people into it. It was a couple months before Shadowbringers came out, and we were like on it. It was such good fun. And then I've just kind of been, I think I maybe dropped off for about a couple of months to a year. But then my sister moved to the UK, and so it was like our only way to chat, so I got her into it. And then she started playing with me, and I was taxing her everywhere. And so now it's just like, every time we want to hang out, we're just like, yeah, just jump on Final Fantasy, we'll chat for a bit.
we'll AFK and Limsa.
Literally, we're looking back. After do you want to do anything? I'm like, yeah, we should like go do dungeons or something. And then we just stand there and chat or like do G-codes and stuff. Nothing else.
Right.
But before that, I had played a couple MMOs, but I honestly can't even remember the names of them. They were really, they weren't as big as Gaia Online or MapleStory. Although I think I played MapleStory briefly. But I was a big Final Fantasy fan because my sister got me into 13, and that was our first Final Fantasy game, so I fully appreciate it. It's got a soft spot for me.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite has to be 7. Closely followed by
very good. Thank you. Mine too. Mine too.
Okay, good. But yeah, it was just a really good play to connect with friends and just chill out. And I respected it for having a really good story, especially Around Reborn, for an MMO, it was a really good story, but especially like Heaven's Ward and onwards, it got really good, and I got invested in the story.
Yeah, which and that's actually a pretty good segue to what I wanted to ask next, which is, what were all your thoughts on ARR? Because I've always considered A Realm Reborn as like it's like a wall, and if you can make it past A Realm Reborn, then you're gonna stick with Final Fantasy 14, and if you can't make it past that hump, then you're just gonna give up on the game. So I'm curious to think what do you guys what do you all think about ARR, and how was your experience through it? Spira, do you want to start us off?
Sure.
Voluntold.
Yeah.
So on a personal level, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad here in a second.
Uh-oh.
Because personal experience, I started playing and I found an FC pretty early on. There was a small group of people, but they were already at the end. And so I was very rushed to finish everything so I could do the extremes, all the content with people. So I actually played Shadowbringers and Endwalker, but I have not actually experienced Heaven's Ward or Stormblood.
Oh,
guys, I played this game for years. And it's like, I know the general story, but everybody's got all these experiences, all these...
The zoom in! Bombastic side eye!
Well, okay, it's been my plan for so long, especially with New Game Plus now, to go back and play through it.
But you're not going to get the gross Realm Reborn like actual feeling now.
Yeah,
it's been super edited.
It's just like there's so much.
Yeah,
not anymore.
But like when it comes to Realm Reborn, I definitely feel you when it comes to it feeling like a wall, because I've tried to get friends to play this game. I've had other people that I've met that have tried to get into this game, and they complain, and it's like, no, I understand. Like, when I started, I remember the combat felt really slow. It was boring. I had, like, no skills to use. The story was really boring, and it just, like, it really is just, like, just wait, please. Like, I beg you.
Yeah.
Especially hard when you try to get someone to play that like is used to playing stuff like Valorant and Apex, where you just go right in.
Yeah.
And it's just like It's like, when can I start killing stuff? It's like, okay, go outside, and it's like 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I've been working on a script for a video that I've been meaning to, that I was gonna title Final Fantasy 14 is the hardest game to recommend, and it's for that exact reason. It's just I don't know what it is about this game. Like, even though I love it to death, I will say it's my favorite game of all time. It is so hard to recommend. It is so hard to tell someone, I know it feels weird right now, but in about 300 hours is going to be worth it. You know, like, how do you even make that argument?
Well, and the weird thing, the last thought that I had that I wanted to share was that it's such a unique MMO because in my experience and the way that I view it, you really have to, and this is something I've said with friends for so long, it is an RPG and then it is an MMO. You have to play the story to be able to do the content, and it is much better if you are interested in it. You know, you play it like you would play a single player game. You play it for the story, and then you enjoy the MMO stuff on the side. But on the other hand, you know, it's like if you're somebody who's only into the MMO aspect or only into the story, then it's going to kind of fall off eventually for one reason or another. So it is kind of a tough game to recommend because it may not be everybody's thing, but you don't know until you give it a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's tough to get people to invest that time.
It's definitely a mindset that you have to have going into this game. I've always told people it's like a virtual book. You know, you're doing a lot of reading, you're watching a lot of cutscenes, and as long as you're into the story, the game is fantastic.
The thing about it is, though, that all sounds fine, but it's a subscription based too.
Yeah, and that's a hard sell for most people.
It's like, what do you mean I gotta pay $50 a month for this shit?
How much? Sorry, how much did it pay for WoW to play? Like, there's a subscription.
It's about the same.
Oh,
It's like
They're both
Fantasy
about
better,
15.
so-
So that's like the main thing. If it was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people tried the free to play model, but like if it was like more free to play, then I'm pretty sure that wouldn't even be an issue. But,
Well, that's why they give you the what is it, like, free up to like Heaven's Ward and stuff, so you have a lot of time.
Stormblood now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
but people don't think about that though.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's
Free.
Yeah, you can tell them it's free, and then they'll be like, okay, I'll try it. But then it's like, okay, I definitely
And
don't
then you
want to
get
play it now.
Get them addicted to the friendships and the socializing and the cat girls.
Yes, the cat girls, definitely.
Yeah.
For real though.
cat girl conversion therapy.
And then sometimes, like, if you let them skip, then it's just like they're overwhelmed with too much stuff. So it's like, you can't.
That's one thing.
It's catch-22.
That's one thing that I feel like Final Fantasy kind of sort of needs to fix, is that there's a lot of things that you were doing at that point in the expansion or in the patch or whatever they were doing, and that now that there's more stuff to do in the other expansions and patches and it's just old content and no one's doing it anymore, I feel like they should have like a way to keep things relevant, because there's like like as of right now, I think Ocean's getting an update soon, but for the past couple of patches there wasn't anything to do with ocean fishing.
Yeah.
So if you were to do it by yourself, you would never get the ethereal stuff. You'd never make the points.
Yeah,
Frontier in dungeons.
Yeah. Well, one of the comments that I hear all the time, I read all the time on Reddit, is this game has no content. What do y'all think?
Cap.
Who the fuck said that?
Redditors.
I was on fire.
Plenty of content. It's just that no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do content when I can get my dick sucked in Balmond?
Slowed.
Traveling point. Why would I do MSQ when I can do that?
Yeah.
For real. What's the incentive?
Oh, man.
I think a lot of people suffer from kind of a choice paralysis thing, because I know personally that's what it is for me. Like, logically, I know there's a shit ton of stuff to do in the game. There's lots of options.
Yeah.
But it's that wide variety that I start to feel like okay, but like, what do I do? And then it starts feeling like, oh, there's nothing to do because you're not being pointed in a direction. But it's like, if you really sat down and looked at all the options, you could pick something. There's plenty of stuff to do. It may just not be like pointed at you.
The thing is, though, oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I saw like a similar question with someone, I think on Reddit, was like, as non-raiders, what do you people do kind of thing? And I don't think was meant to be in like a malicious way, but I was just like, the rest of the game, like,
Yeah.
there's so much other things to do.
Yeah.
There's plenty of things to do.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, is that like Ultimate Raiders is always fed. They're always fed. But they need to do what they did with Ultimate Raids and do it with the rest of the game. Somehow give you an incentive to do it other than just like mounts that you could just unsync.
Yeah. I mean, all this game needs to do is double the amount of glam, and I would be happy.
The dresser.
And can they put like
That's all I care about.
Every expansion, they do it they give you little less items. They give us less dungeons and less things to do, and then they kind of, the raids aren't as like dynamic anymore. It's like more of the same stuff because that's what people like, I guess. And then they just give us more vanity stuff. Is going to that direction, but it is what it is. They like simplified all the jobs so they're all simple, and like they're just.
What is Summoner even?
Summoner, like, I mean, I think the only job that kind of kept it, but it's still kind of like, you know, not, I wouldn't say dumb it down, but they still made it like streamlined, is Monk. Monk is the lab. Huh?
I don't know. I don't know how to play Monk.
I hate Monk.
I love Monk. I love Monk. It's been the same since AR, just the Blitz thing.
That's why I hate it.
Yeah. And I guess Ninja. Everything else
Offended a ninja?
No, Ninja kept Ninja the same. I love Ninja.
They changed Ninja. Trick attack's no longer for everyone. The meat's dead. They killed it.
But Mug is.
I don't want a bug. I want a trick attack.
I want to steal stuff from people. What you mean? Like
Mug going out versus trick attack going out.
You're just tricking yourself. Like that's like
checking their pockets. Like shit. The ninja's at it again.
Stealing my DPS.
Yo.
What were we talking about?
What I mean, the same is more like fundamentally how the jobs are, not necessarily like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the feel of it is like the same.
You brought two very ADHD people onto the stream. You're not gonna stay focused.
Right. No, I love it. I love it.
I'm ADHD too, so.
Yeah, there's
I literally just got diagnosed this week.
You've got three of
One of us.
Group,
One
bro.
of us.
Four.
Sorry.
Hey, that's the key. For you to love Final Fantasy 14, you have to be diagnosed with ADHD.
Autism. I'm telling you guys.
You gotta be neurodivergent.
You gotta have some type of.
Gotta do something horribly wrong with you. It's fine. Social outcast. Okay, that's how you enjoy it.
Don't say that.
I have friends.
In game, just not touching grass. Yeah.
Patch 6.4. It's coming out next month. What is everybody's thoughts on it? What do you want to see? What are you most excited for? Things like that. We'll start with Honey.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm actually not up to date.
Oh,
no spoilers though, so don't worry about me.
Sure.
I am so bad with MSQ. I'm currently very attached to the point of the story that I'm in, so I'm just kind of like, I'm just gonna do like one quest and then
Just hanging out
that's
there.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like safe space. I'm not gonna leave it now. So
Where are you at in the MSQ right now?
Elvis.
What you're telling me, right, The whole world is dying for the final days, and you're out there fishing.
Making memes, hanging out, you know, chilling.
No, she's out there TikToking. Get her straight.
Yeah. Making content.
It works.
Yeah, Aspira, keep it spoiler free. But what are you looking forward to most?
It's hard for me. I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to more story. I know there's a new. I still haven't finished the first one, but new Criterion dungeon, which I'm still very interested in doing the first one. I'd like to do the new one too. I love anything challenging PvE wise.
Yeah. I was just so disappointed on the rewards for that.
Yeah, the rewards were great. It definitely is more about the it's more about the content itself.
Squints and giant mouse. Excuse me?
I mean, I guess.
It's
oh, there you go. No, but that's it's for you. The thing for me is I've been such a huge fan of Savage raiding for a while, and so of course I'm looking forward to a new tier. But the group of friends that I had been running Savage with the past 3 tiers fell apart this tier, and I also personally just didn't click with this tier. It just wasn't fun to me. So I'm looking forward to a new tier, but I'm also like, now I don't have a group to run with, and I'm hesitant to just like find a new group and run with it, because it's half of the enjoyment is running it with people I know and enjoying the time with friends, and so I'm kind of hoping something falls into my lap and I end up raiding again, because I did really enjoy it, and would get a little sweaty on improving myself. That's kind of my main takes for the new patch. And I guess new Blue Mage stuff. I've been getting into Blue Mage a little bit recently.
Oh.
You do Ultimate?
I want to.
Which one do you want to do first?
He's recruiting.
I'm just asking, because I like T.
The weapons that I like the most. I mean, the top weapons are so cool.
Yeah.
But I am also just like, that cannot be the first one I jump into. Honestly, I think any of the pre-Endwalker ones would probably be the ones I'd want to jump into first. So like T, Uwu, Yukab, those.
He is an immaculate fight. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I love T.
Same.
Oh, you
Ultimate? Right, ready. I mean, we tried it a couple of times, but the static that I was with, we never had the correct timing to do everything. We would get like Savage cleared, and then we'd have to, you know, set or the like T and Ultimate and all that other shit is a very, very time heavy kind of stuff. You can't have just 2 hours to progress, so you need like a whole freaking day to do it. So it was just everyone's work schedules were always out of the way.
When I progged it, I did 2 days, but it was 8 hours.
Our static times were so messed up. Like we would have like maybe 2 days out of the week, and it'd only be 2 hours. So it was a very, unfortunately, very casual static. Like we could get Savage cleared, we can get our stuff for the week and everything. But when it came to like progressing anything that was heavier than that, it was just, we could do it. It's just we didn't have the time for it.
Yeah,
you probably could have done Uwu though. Uwu was like Savage, like
we did like back in Shadowbringers, we had started like all of the. We started them, but we never got to finish them when the new stuff came out. We just didn't have time.
Is Uwu the easiest ultimate?
Most people would agree that is the easiest, yes.
I feel like I've heard that one you can almost just jump into PF for.
Oh. Yeah, on Primal there's a thing called UPR where they have like a set like strats that you follow that you could just go ahead and just PF it.
Maybe
like any ultimate. It's not just Uwu, but yeah.
Oh
wow.
It ain't Primal though.
I was about to say, that's why they have like the different strats and stuff like that for different players and stuff. It's just kind of like pick that one or pick that one. Which one do you know, kind of stuff.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about patch stuff though. So real quick about the raids though. Wow, that glamour that you get from the raids need to be like the best because
24-man.
No, from the Savage, because I'm gonna be real, like the Abyssos, like gear is the most unique that I've seen in any raid tier.
Pandemonium was pretty good too.
I like them both.
Like you mean Asphodelos? That's what I'm talking about. Abyssos, Abyssos, like this tier.
Yes.
With the circle and then the glowy weapons. This is the only raid tier ever that they had glowy weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I did really like the weapons from last tier, though. Those were the ones that had, like, the blue roses and shit on it, right?
Yeah, that's actually, that actually did have an effect on it, too. That was another one, yeah.
I don't think they were super glowy, but they were very pretty.
Yeah, but they had an effect. That's the thing.
Didn't even Eden have that, too?
At least one tier did, I'm pretty sure.
No.
I think the last one for Eden did, didn't it? Or at least...
Nah, they...
No, it is when...
Like, some weapons did, but not all.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been 2 years. I'm old.
Yeah. I say Eden is like probably like I can't wait for the Eden Ultimate, man. I'm definitely doing that.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine the 20 titty lady as Ultimate.
She's gonna have more.
Yeah, it better be 40. It better be 40.
She's gonna have 20,000 titties.
Gonna get longer.
It's just one big.
She's got the one big
A giant unit
that shoots lasers.
Oh God. A gun.
Wow. So I do want to ask, how did everyone get into content creation? I know it's a pretty big step to, make something and put it on the internet for everybody to judge. Was that hard? Was that hard for you, honey, to start content creating?
Yeah, I think I lurked on TikTok for about a good year, I think, and I just started seeing everyone else doing it, and I've always wanted to try and do some kind of content creation, but I never really wanted to do like camera of myself or anything like that. So it was a really good point of being able to use an in-game model, and like I was at the point where I was experimenting with emotes and like trying to like what my limits are with my model and stuff like that. So it was really fun when I first started in terms of just playing around with it. So it definitely started off more of just like I think I duetted someone for my first ever TikTok, and I was like, that was a lot of fun. And then I kept kind of doing a lot of like short form content. But these days I think I tend to do it more projects wise. Like if I find a TikTok sound, that's what I'll be like, okay, that's my project, and I'll try and think of a video for that. Because I found that trying to keep up with like posting TikToks regularly is stressful, and then you get screwed by the algorithm anyway. So it's like,
I still don't know how that thing works, honestly.
Oh God, it's a mystery. I had it like a couple videos in a row that were getting at least 10K at least, and then suddenly I got less than 100, and I was like, what? I don't understand it all, but that's why I'm trying to just focus on the stuff I want to do. So otherwise it's too crushing.
TikTok is just decides.
Yeah.
Yep.
Randomly decides.
And it will bury some videos and then not at all. And like it doesn't seem like I've seen some people try to crack the code, like, oh, use this amount of hashtags and stuff like that, and post at these certain times. From what I've tracked, I experimented on about maybe a few months in. It doesn't really seem to be like, maybe like if you can find a good time in terms of like a lot of people are watching TikTok at the time. Yeah, it helps a little bit, but no, a lot of it's just TikTok deciding that they're going to promote your video versus bury it.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Ren? How did you get into content creation?
So, like, I'm actually, like, an old person, so I've been around on the internet for a very long time. I've been through all the phases of what I put out there, whether it be art, small videos, YouTube, that kind of stuff. voice acting a lot of bullshit. So, Final Fantasy, or like the TikToks for Final Fantasy, I just see a bunch of people doing it, and I was like, I want to do that too. I want to have fun. That looks like fun. So the constant brain worms trying to find stimulation. I like the TikToks. They're very funny. Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy. I can record things. My PC's nice. I could do that. So that's what I did.
Yeah. Spira?
For me, it was a more recent thing. I'd still say that I'm one of like the newer people.
Just
on
a
the
baby.
scene.
Yeah.
Little baby.
Yeah.
The little guy.
But you know, when I was younger, tried my hand at a lot of like YouTube stuff, doing some video editing. I used to be really into League of Legends. I've played that game for like over 10 years.
Oh,
you poor soul.
You know,
bad.
yeah. Nowadays,
Cat.
She always makes an appearance at least once.
Photobomb the whole stream.
Yeah.
Pet her.
She already jumped off.
Call her back. Pretend you have food.
but
Yeah, always twerking on the podcast. Don't worry, she'll.
Sure, I'm back.
Good.
between consuming a lot of like League funny moments with friends and like Maple Story content that people put out, it was something that I tried my hand at a lot. I did streaming for a little while. I'm an affiliate, but I barely ever stream. It's more whenever I want to.
Oh, wow.
Friends might want to watch. And it just like, it was something that it was fun, but while view counts and everything were not everything, it did just feel kind of crummy to be putting in effort and not seeing any interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feel.
So then, like, with TikTok, I'm on it all the time. I get, like Rin said, the brain worms, just dumb shit, dumb skits, quotes, whatever. And so I started seeing other people on Final Fantasy TikTok, and I was like, oh, I could give that a try. And I think I made my first one back at, like, the end of 2021, and I made maybe, like, 2. And then I stopped for a while, and then it wasn't until a few months ago that I was talking to somebody and their friend, actually her name is Prickly Pear. She's one of the 5
I know him.
TikTokers. She was talking about how she did it, and I was like, I could give it another try. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and stick with it this time, and here I am.
That it can be consistent. Just don't.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, go for it. No, they're fine. No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, you can end up, you know, like me, who's famous for fucking banging a hammer against a box. That's it. That's all I did.
There are worse things. Trust me.
That's how it works. That's it. That's it. Like,
it could be so many more things.
I completely understand what you mean when you say that, like, you know, it's disheartening when you put so much effort. Like, I saw someone describe it as, you know, if you put time and effort making a cake, making it look nice and yummy, and then you go to like everybody brings something and everybody eats buffet kind of thing, and nobody eats a cake. You still, even if you didn't like make it for, you know, to get everyone to pay for a piece of it kind of thing. The point is that you made it and you put effort, and feeling like no one's like paying attention or taking a piece kind of thing. Like, I get it. It's just now on interest. It feels disheartening. Yeah,
I would cry.
but here's what the messed up thing is. Here's what the messed up thing is. You take all that time to decorate the cake and no one eats it, right? And then you go to another party, and then you just make 5 cookies, and everyone's like, oh my god, cookies! No effort, no cookies whatsoever.
The low effort one, man.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, the thing for me is, like, just in any way, shape, or form, I wanted the stuff that I put out to just be interacted with, even just a little bit. And so, you know, when you're streaming, you're putting videos out, there's no comments, there's nobody in the chat. It's just like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
With TikTok, I was on it all the time anyway. I can make this dumb shit. And it's for, honestly, all the content I put out, it's for my enjoyment. Like, I know other people enjoy it, and I'm getting the interaction and everything, but, like, you see me putting out videos, I enjoy it just as much as anybody else does. And, like, it's an added bonus seeing other people interact with it. And so, like, it's cool to see the views, but it's not what I focus on. It's just, I feel like I get that little bit of just something that I need to keep putting content out.
Yeah. One of my favorite comments that I get from time to time is someone would say something along the lines of, like, oh, thank you for, like, I watched this during, like, my lunch break, or I watched this, like, while I was waiting for the bus or something. And I don't know why, but every time I read something like that, it just makes me so happy, because that's usually how I consume content as well. That's usually how I, so I love those type of comments.
Yeah.
And a big part of, like, getting into things for me too was just finding another way to interact with Final Fantasy XIV as a game. You know, we're talking about that content drought. I know that there's a lot there. Yeah. For the longest time, I was just, like, raid logging, and that was it. So when I stopped raiding, I took a break because I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah. And when I started doing TikTok, it made me, first of all, like, I met so many wonderful people, and now I'm here talking to y'all. Like, it's just, it's awesome.
You're on a podcast with 12 viewers. Let's go. Woo! Hi, chat.
And then, like, it reignited my love for the game, though. Talking to all these people, you know, running roulettes and working on these relic weapons. It just, like, it really brought me a new love for the game, and it also gave me another thing to do with the game. So it's been a great experience, and I'm glad that I started it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think, it's been a unique experience as well for me, because I felt that sometimes when I've gone in game, I have actually had people come up to me and say, "Are you this person from TikTok?" And it's such a weird, like, experience, but it's really nice. And it's like, "Hey, I like your content a lot, you know, keep doing it." And I'm like, "Thank you," like, trying not to cry.
Like, oh, I've seen your videos. It's like,
little me.
Oh,
Am I the drama?
Shit, which one did you see?
I was gonna get embarrassed because whenever I think, like, my character looks different from what she looks like in the TikTok versus in game, I'm always impressed when someone tracks me down, because I'm like, "Oh, you recognized me through my disguise."
No, at that point, I'm just like, "How? Who tipped you off?"
And then as a cat,
I think it's my name.
Can I head pat? Can you do the ear wiggle? And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you.
Bring out the ear wiggle.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this is I love doing this podcast, honestly, because to me it's a little bit like therapy. I get to just, you know, hang out with really cool people, and you know, it's great. I love it.
Boy, he's just trying to make
like hanging out with you too.
And then you bed, boy.
We fell for it, boys.
Yeah, I've been really impressed, because I am not a super social person when I play games. Like, apart from my immediate friends or family or something, I don't often talk to people actually in game that I don't know. But on my server, I actually ended up getting found by a what are they called? Chris,
yeah.
What are guilds called again?
FC.
FC.
Yeah, I was like, Grand Company. What FC?
Yeah, those.
Because I kept, like, there was a dude that stands in Limsa. Oh god, now I've got Puppy Chai, and so I just kept being like, "Oh, he's great." And he was doing he does, like, a lot of these trivia nights and stuff like that, where, like, it's completely funded by the FC. And if you win, like, you can win up to, like, I think they might have lowered it now, but I think it was up to, like, 1 million gil sometimes. And then they had, like, gambling stuff like that, although they cut people off sometimes, because some people, man. And so I would just, like, stand next to them and, like, kind of just watch it happen, celebrate when people won. And eventually they're like, "Do you want to join?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And I ended up like, making such good friends, which I've never done that in a game before, and, like, to the point that I've met them in person now, and there's lovely people. Highly recommend, random plug, if you're on the Oceanic server, Have you tried Fate Dynasty? Highly recommend.
Wow,
Okay.
that's great.
But yeah, it's just really nice making friends in game rather than just having to meet people outside in real life.
Real life is scary. I want to stay in my digital game.
Yeah, I would live in Eorzea if I could.
The best thing is when you meet the in-game people in real life,
I've done that a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
and that's like a whole different like thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like sometimes it's like almost like you're just meeting family for the first time.
That's weird. Yeah.
It do be though.
Mhm.
I'm an extrovert, so like I'm like sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I gotta go do something like IRL. It'd just be like so cool if we could just like go to someone's house that you know like in game or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But nobody lives close to me.
Wait until the metaverse comes out and everyone will just be.
I just want to get isekai'd into Final Fantasy. Take me out, Truck-kun.
I'd be so bad if I got isekai and it wasn't into like Final Fantasy and it was like into something really shit. I'd be so
Gaia
annoyed.
Online.
Go into Gaia.
all that inflation.
Listen, we're all hot as hell. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the difference?
Well, I want to thank you all for showing up to this show. This was really fun. Yeah.
He's being abducted.
Yeah, this is I think what I want to do before we end the stream is just go around and just plug your channel, plug your YouTube, your Twitter, anything. What is it that you have coming up? Spiro, you want to start us off?
I mean, you can find me pretty much everywhere. I think I have it unified by now. It's just Spiro Snow. Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, mainly. I have been streaming a little bit more recently.
Follow you.
It's been a long time goal of mine to play through every Final Fantasy game, and so I'm actually working on that now.
That's cool.
I just finished 15 on stream recently. I finished Strangers of Paradise off stream with a friend, and now I'm currently working on FF1. So I'll be streaming that on and off, no set schedule. And besides that, I'll be putting out more TikTok stuff all the time. So
awesome. Rin.
I mean, I don't really do much. I just do TikTok. Everything else that I had was dead beforehand. So
Damn. Why did you say that?
I have a lot of aliases online, and I delete them the moment I start something new. Because I'm like, I don't want them to find me. They can't figure out who I am. So just sweet, not salty here on TikTok. That's about it.
Okay. Last but not least.
Yo.
Yeah. I guess again I'll plug if you're on the Oceanic servers, Fate Dynasty as the free company. We do, I think it's daily trivia. It's all free, you don't have to pay anything. I think they do. I don't think they do gambling as much anymore, probably because there's too many people gambling. But we do have a lumber night because we do have a club. It's 18 plus, but not safe for work, if that makes sense. Which is because it's just a bit uncomfortable for kids. Every Saturday, I think it's every second Saturday. Also, my plugs are at pomfriend __ on Twitter if you want G-poses and me ranting unhinged about the NPCs. And then on TikTok at HattyFox.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
yeah,
Real quick, we are taking a break next week because I am going on vacation to Japan. So I'm super excited. I actually got reservations for the Final Fantasy 14 cafe, so I'm going to make a couple of videos of that. Yeah. It's going to be great.
I have friends that have gone.
I need to see the vlog.
Yeah, yep. But yeah,
Take pictures.
We'll do. Thank you, everybody, and please come back again. I would love to have you.
Now, before you go, I'm gonna be real serious. I'm bro. If I don't see the vlog, right? You know what I have to do? I'm gonna throw your ass back in Japan for you to do the goddamn vlog.
He'd probably like it. You're not threatening him.
Maybe. Bye, everyone.
All right, take care.
Yeah, have a good weekend.